And he was like, no, you got skills. You got girl. Oh, also I learned how to rock dance. In the Savage Skulls and a lot of other gangs, they had a dance called outlaw rocking.
Got it.
So it was a dance that imitated a fight. So you had two people facing each other, and you see, what will you do in a fight? Don't touch each other. There's no touching here. You just imitate what you would do in a fight. So I was like, if I box you or hook you, or I took out a knife and cut you. So it was that. Hollywood was showing me that. And he had us going against each other like that. But once you hit someone, it was like a fight. Even though that was your crew member, your gang member, your brother, it didn't matter. You're like, stop fighting. No, you touched me. And it was like, but that fight, that was good. Because when we used to have, one of my many times going to St. Mary's Park, I bumped into a group of guys dancing by the center. I'm like, oh, look at these guys dancing. I was just looking. I like dancing. I grew up with them. My mother and father always kiss in front of me, always dance together in the house, always show us to have love for each other, you know? And I see these people dancing. I'm like, oh. And it looked almost like a little salsa to me, but then a certain way. And then, you know, the Latin hustle was coming and all that. They started bringing, the hustle dance started becoming our own flavor for the Puerto Ricans called Latin hustle. And then they would mix it with this dance they were doing. It was called freestyle rocking. Now there's a dance called freestyle rocking. And I didn't know nothing about it. I'm an outlaw rocker. And I meet this guy, Rubberband, after a while. I see him. I said, what are you doing? He said, this is freestyle rocking. He's from Puerto Rico, straight from Puerto Rico. Straight hardcore Spanish. And speaking broken English. So we communicated a little, got to talk with each other. And I said, oh, I'm a dancer, right? So he saw my place. He said, yeah, but you're in a gang. He said, I'm an outlaw rock. That's hard. You know, I'm tough. You know, you want to, you know. So he goes to me, yeah. Well, you got a girlfriend? I said, yeah, I got a girlfriend. And he said, oh. If you really want to get girls, you learn how to do this dance. And I went, huh?
Awesome.
First, the freestyle rocking. The freestyle rocking was nice. It's smooth, you know. It's smooth dancing. And he just him by himself. And sometimes he would go against other people in competition. But it was a more smoother dance. You know, through salsa music or mambo or some American slow rock or something. But they had it, and then the disco started coming. Which disco was around, but it's building slowly more and more. And then with that music, so I started learning from it. I would go there sometime, take off my colors, and be in a park like a different person, and learn from him. And met this guy named Enoch too, and they became famous like club dancers, man, very famous. And it was amazing. But during the same time as, at the time, I got into BBoy. And I befriended a guy named El Dorado Mike. He was from 169 and Claremont. Because once I got a bike, it was not my neighborhood no more. Once I was in a gang member no more, it was not my neighborhood no more. Now the neighborhood was the Bronx. Meaning I could ride my bike anywhere. As long as I had my knife, there was a popular knife back in the days when you were a kid. It was called a K55 knife. That was the knife to have. That's the knife to protect yourself. So I had the K55 knife. And I had that knife to protect me if I had to get more than a couple of guys to fight. I could fight with my hands, but sometimes that days was wicked days. You never know. So I had the K55 knife. I would go anywhere. I'd go to a white neighborhood. I'd just see things. But when a white group would come near me, I knew already. So I get on my bike and get going. Because there's no talking.
Asian Bobo, all of those guys, El Dorado, Mike, you know what I'm saying?
And then, like what I'm trying to say, when I got into like with Chino Malo, I met El Dorado Mike. I met him, right? I met him, befriended him at a block party. The guy started rock dancing. He said, "Yo, you know about this?" And I said, "What?" He went on the floor and did some move. I said, "Holy snap, what's that?" And that's the beginning of going off. Right there. BBoy. And I'm like, what the hell is this? So I'm in a block party, and I see these other guys. He starts introducing me to people. He said, yo, these guys are some of the best in the neighborhood. Right. They go by the nigga twins.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, who's this guy?
And before you know it, you had all these crews coming out. It wasn't no breakdancing, breakdancing this, no. It was called rock. Why? Because the dance itself emerged from up rock, which is the dance that people used to do back in the day. You know, we used to diss each other, do the little turnaround thing, you know. You flip your man, you got a shotgun, you shoot the guy. It was almost like fighting without the violence. So, if you ask me about the history of top rock or up rock, I'm not going to give you that much information. I got people older than I who could tell you how that formulated. I'm talking about the history of the Bronx Boys rocking crew. And over again throughout
Facts.
you know, years and years. So yeah, so now back to the B-boy thing, because I keep getting off the track. I gotta remind me. In 1975, we used to go to the back of the school. It was in Mason Tremont, but we used to go where the basketball courts at, because we had more rooms. We had more rooms to rock, right? So little TT Rock was this little black dude that just loved hanging out with Spanish people. But he had a serious complaint and he will fuck your ass up. Like, you had to recognize this kid. He was the only African American kid that I knew that was a bad graffiti artist and a bad fucking up top rocker. I kind of like, he reminded me about Rubberband. And the person that killed Rubberband was my man Orlandito, who's also dead today. My history is fucking crazy, though. Yeah. You know, but let me just say that. So little T go to jail. But back to the B-boy thing. So little TT Rock was up rocking, right? He was up rocking, and he was a great basketball player. He's almost like, he was trying to resemble Michael Jordan style, but not literally. But he used to try to like do 360 degrees.
Crazy shit.
And slump,
he tried to make it
slim, black kid, tall
fucking
motherfucker. He was the one really running all of us.
Right.
TT Rock, you know, I was bad, yeah, but no, TT Rock was the man. So that motherfucker fell. He tried to do a 360-degree turn in the air from an up rock move. But when he tried to do that, his balance went off. So we're looking at this motherfucker. He's all the way up there. Like, his feet is right here. And now he's like this, like when somebody's going to do a dunk, but he's falling backwards.
Right.
And we was like, oh, shit. He's going to break his fucking head. So when he falls, what happens when you ever seen like you ever seen somebody when they slip on ice, black ice? What's the first thing you do?
Fuck it, right.
Do anything not to fall and break your ass. If you look at a lot of those falls, you got an old lady. She looked like she's doing a little footwork. They got on the newspaper. I took that article to demonstrate people how this dance came about. The old lady looked like she was rocking, but really she was protecting herself. So little TT Rock did that. So he shuffled his feet. He did some crazy moves. So we looked at him, and he looked at us, and we just all started busting out laughing because that shit was so funny the way he did it.
Right.
So what I did was, I threw myself literally on the floor to try. What kids do when we want to make somebody mad, right? Yeah. We if you fall, we're gonna imitate that. Right, we're gonna imitate. So I'm on the floor trying to imitate his fall, right? And people are laughing. And then little Israel, little Lime, and all those guys, my man Spidey, Scorpio, all of these guys, they got down on the floor and they started doing all this crazy shit and laughing at TT. And TT looked at us and said, you know what, guys? I ain't going nowhere today. I'm going to go to my house and eat something. And then, yo, you almost broke your ass. You know, that's the only thing we got to get off of him because he was a very complex kid.
He never really fucked up.
He was the type of kid that he was serious about shit. So when you joke around, you better know that it was acceptable. So he didn't pay us no mind. He broke out. Little did we know that mistake, that 360 turn from TT Rock. My name is Batch. I'm the founding fathers of the Bronx Boys Rockin' Crew, and I'm 56 years old, baby. The first time I saw a B-boy, which y'all call breakdancing, was in 1975, when little TT Rock fell to the ground from an up rock move. It was a 360-degree turn in the air, and when he fell on the ground, we all thought he was gonna break his ass, and he did these little weird moves on the floor, and we mimicked his moves. Fascinatingly, this took a turning point from up rock to rocking.